What's going on, you guys? This is Dimension Scott back at you once again with a brand new video, number 2, and today I'm going to do a top 5 list of my unpopular opinions. Before we get into today's video, if you are brand new to my channel and don't know what my videos are all about, before we get into today's video, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram with the same name as usual, Dimension Scott, where I talk about all things physical media. Okay, so back to doing unpopular opinions based on those videos I did back before, movies I love but everybody hates series. So I decided to talk about some films that personally don't do it for me. Really, these are movies that guys either get praised and they're called the best movies ever. They're great movies, you should check them out and stuff. But when I get a chance to watch these movies, I feel like, okay, maybe I have a different point of view. So I think I'm ready for some controversial here. So I'm all in for it. So let's not waste any more time, and shall we begin? Number 5. Rian Johnson's Knives Out is meh. I saw this movie in the theaters right before the year ended. I heard this movie was going to be a classic. It's a movie about whodunit, and it's a mystery solver. It's a detective story. It's one of the best movies ever. It's one of the greatest movies ever. Rian Johnson is known for directing Last Jedi, which was received so divisive. You know, The Last Jedi was received so divisive. Yeah, I keep saying that. Wow, but I'm not editing this out. But anyway, separating my Star Wars mind, Rian Johnson directed a movie called Knives Out. That's about whodunit, and people say it was funny. It's so well made, and it's going to be a classic. It's the greatest movie ever. And so I went out to my theaters. I saw it for myself, and I walked out like, I guess it was okay. I guess it was fine. And the more and more I thought about it, like, I didn't like that movie at all. It was flat. It has cast in the movie that I know, but none of them were likable, and it was so long. It was too long for me, and it got to a point that this movie is so predictable. I think I know who the killer is. I think I know who's really behind the murder of this old man, which I didn't care about. So overall, Knives Out was just unfunny. It was long, it was flat, and it was so predictable. It was so boring. I could not wait to leave that theater, and just felt meh. And if you guys hear any noise, it means my family is home. So I'm recording this video while my family is home. So that's my number 5 hot take. So moving on to number 4. Here we go at number 4. My number 4 unpopular opinion is James Cameron's Aliens is nowhere near as good as people make it out to be. People say that movie is so action-packed, but for me, there was no big action sequence in that movie that really hits my head. Sigourney Weaver is the only character I could think of that probably was the only character I appreciated in the movie, because she was from the first Alien film, which I prefer over this movie. There were way too many characters in that movie that I did not know who to appeal to, and I didn't really like and care for in the movie. I guess the only kind of character I did care for was Sigourney Weaver's character and this young girl. And like I was saying, the movie has no memorable action sequence that I like to go back and watch over and over again. And I guess the only kind of action sequence was when Sigourney Weaver's character takes on the alien to save the young girl's life. It just didn't. That's all I can think of. The movie didn't hit me like a lot of people calling this movie the greatest movie ever. It's better than the first Alien film. I don't get it. I just don't understand the love about the second Aliens film really much. So I think that makes me one of those people who just doesn't care for that movie like a lot of people do. Number 3, Spider-Man Homecoming is the worst Spider-Man movie. Here's the thing, because it wasn't about no great responsibility. It was just some comedy film with Tony Stark and trying to just be more be for the sake of connection to the MCU. I think Michael Keaton's Vulture is whatever. He's fine. He's not this greatest villain that people make him out to be just because he doesn't want to take over the world. He just wants to help his family. I personally didn't care for Peter Parker's interest in that movie, which was Liz, who turned out to be the so-called daughter of Vulture. She was so forgettable. She is unmemorable. She has no chemistry with Peter Parker compared to Peter Parker and Mary Jane in the Sam Raimi films. Not even Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone's Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, and their relationship far more leaps and bounds better than what was going on in this movie. So Spider-Man Homecoming, with Peter Parker crushing on Liz, and it doesn't have any huge moments that will impact you. I feel like when Iron Man stepped in to stop Peter from saving that boat, ruined the whole movie. And it just, Tony Stark is such a douchebag to Peter Parker, and he takes away the suit, even though Peter Parker was trying to do the right thing. And I get this one complaint from some people that he's not being Spider-Man. He's just some Iron Man Jr. type of character, and that's just not what people see about Spider-Man. I mean, people had this excuse, well, Homecoming was a breathtaking fresh air because people overly hate Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I think is the most underrated Spider-Man movie, including Spider-Man 3. I don't care what anybody says about those two movies at all. So for me, Homecoming is an overrated received movie that didn't feel like it was Spider-Man. And it was not made out to be the best Spider-Man movies a lot of people made it out to be. I don't see the praise in that whatsoever. Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, directed by James Gunn, is one of the weakest Marvel movies I have ever seen. Sure, the movie has a lot of music, and I'm pretty sure that's probably why a lot of people praise Guardians of the Galaxy, but the movie is not funny, and I don't see how these characters are supposed to appeal to you, and it's all ruined by that James Gunn comedy jokes, which is just too much and over the top, and it's just not serious enough. And I don't think the movie necessarily had to have all these musics in the movie. It didn't seem like it really took the movie in an impactful, serious way. So I think my problem is with James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy is with his music, some of his style and sense of humor. It doesn't do it for me. But on the other hand, I think, maybe I should say this for another video, but I'll say it right here anyway. I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is leaps and bounds better than Guardians 1. Even Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but that movie didn't live up to exact hype as people were saying about that one either. So for me, Guardians of the Galaxy is just fine. I don't love it anywhere near. I don't love it. I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy anywhere near as people like a lot of people do. So I'm afraid that's me. I prefer my dark or serious take in Marvel movies, not James Gunn over-the-top humor. Alright guys, here we go. You guys waited for my number 1. My number 1 is Dune. Part 1 is boring. It's only praised because it's just so shot well and it's so visually well done, but the story, the setup, and characters, they don't appeal to me, really. Not even cast, who I know they're in that movie, don't appeal to me, really. So I'm hearing Dune Part 2 is getting a lot of praise, but I just personally have no interest to see that movie because Dune Part 1 was boring. I gave it a watch on HBO Max one day, and I just don't think I have no interest to watch that movie ever again. Unrememberable. It has nice visuals, it has nice shots, but story, characters, and just, they don't appeal to me, okay? So I don't think I will never, I may give this movie another chance one day, but I'm in no rush. I'm not even in a rush to see even Doom Part 2 in theaters, which I know is getting gazillions of praise, and I'm afraid if I go see that movie, I'm gonna be walking out really disappointed at what I was hearing, because Doom Part 1 didn't do it for me. Alright, so there you have it, guys. What did you guys think of my unpopular opinions? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.